Hello! Welcome back, how you doing, you right? My name's Ian Johnston, this is the Trial Shack, and today I thought I'd show you this retro folder. As a teenager, I often bought mountain biking UK, ended up with stacks and stacks of them and didn't want to throw them all away. I think I went through them at one point and picked just the ones that had trials features in and kept them to one side for a bit. I ended up cutting out the bits I wanted to keep and putting them in this folder. Yeah, so I thought we'd have a look through this, bit of reminiscing, see what comes up. So come on here, we'll have a look. So what have we got on the front of here? Got a picture of tricks and stunts, chain spotting. Mostly the Martins, all Martin Ashton and Martin Hawes. There's a pasty in the middle. Ivory white one, love them. I had a blue one and a grey one, I never had an ivory white one. There's quite a few bits in there. Insane Stunts. Thought you might be interested to see some stuff from Mountain Biking UK in 1996. Really? I was 14. Maybe I started buying MBK when I was 14. Hawes used to ride for Scott? I bet that was harsh, wasn't it? Jumping off a roof on a normal mountain bike, maybe not. Advert for tricks and stunts. I remember when I got into riding and found out what trials was, then chain spotting hadn't been released just yet. I remember watching Get a Grip, that was one of the first trials videos I watched, and then I saw in MBK that chain spotting was being released soon and got myself a copy of that. I'm pretty sure I still got a copy of chain spotting and tricks and stunts on VHS, probably in my parents' loft. Hands No Way Ray. Check out these old bikes. This is like what I learned on, I posted a picture on Instagram the other day, not a picture, I posted a video on Instagram the other day of me riding my GT. I had a GT Pantera, the frame was massive, it was bigger than this, and then when that cracked, I actually got a replacement on warranty and got an Avalanche, and that was a lot smaller. I went for a smaller frame. Yeah, trials bikes are basically like this, but cross-country bikes. A beach in Spain with Rob Warner, Steve Peat, Adele Croxon, Ian Osborne, Steve Bear, and Martin Ashton. Decided to do a 360 pivot drop off, what's that? That's going to be coming up to like 13 foot. Pretty sure something broke. For audio copy now of Chain Spotting, I'm guessing that's probably about 1998 as well. I remember going to Bike 98. It could be in here actually. Yes, it is. There's an Observed Trials magazine. That's the Bike Show Guide, year 2000, 2001. Quote from Horsey, bloody hell, we've got girlfriends, what could they possibly see in this? Signed picture of Rob Warner. Not sure that's worth anything. Sorry, Rob. Whee! That's the sort of thing you keep, don't you, when you're a teenager? Advert for Magura, the Wonder Brake. When I heard that Martin Ashton had had his crash and broken his back and he was stuck laying down in a bed, then I thought about sending him this folder. Then I thought maybe it's not the sort of thing you want to look at when you've just been told that you can't do this anymore. I tried reaching out to him to say that I'd been there, like being stuck in a bed for quite some time. Different scenario. My knee was healing up. I snapped some ligaments, and at one point I didn't walk for over 3 months, but I was stuck in a bed for about a month, and it's hard times. Hands around the side of some mountain. He's done some stuff in his time, hasn't he? Probably one of the first articles about Matt and Eddie Tongue. He actually looks like he's on one of those Sun Trials frames, but it's got a pasture sticker on the forks. Definitely some of those Sun forks. A friend of mine, Terry, had one of these. They're beautiful looking bikes, and the forks look similar to the arcade forks, what they look like now. jumping across some canal in Stratford-upon-Avon or Birmingham, somewhere like that. This is 1999. I met Matt Tongue just before the bike show. I don't even know what year that was, 2005, something like that, when they released the Pashley 26 gigahertz. I managed to get hold of a prototype. Well, it wasn't a prototype, it was one of the first builds of a gigahertz before they were actually released. I was in the Hop Idol competition, and then the final was at the bike show. And I met Matt Tongue in Stratford-upon-Avon and picked up a Pashley gigahertz. And then I had about a week and a half, I think, before the bike show, and didn't have all the parts, so struggled to get it built up. I basically had half a day's riding, I think, and then went to the bike show and rode like crap. But the bike was lovely, and I got better afterwards. I've seen a lot of these floating about now. I didn't realise quite how old those were. This is 1999. Oh my gosh. The Need for Speed. This will be the first time I ever saw speed trials, September 1999. If there was speed trials competitions, I'd do them. Ian Cooper, rally rider, Martin Ashton, Eddie Tongue, Martin Hawes, Matt Tongue. Riding speed trials around Porthcawl. John Shrewsbury probably recognised some of these rocks. Definitely recognise this wall. And this one. I've actually never ridden Porthcawl. I've been there in passing. Have you seen this chicken? But I've never ridden Porthcawl. I'd like to. I'm going to go and visit John when we're allowed. I kept this clip in because this was one of the first comps I went to see. I didn't actually enter. I knew about comps. That's the guy I used to ride with, Jamie Waring. Me, Jamie and Terry went to the comp. I think Terry came with us. And that was at Hook Woods. And years later, I met that guy, Chris Evans, Kit. Went to uni with him. We did the same uni course. I remember looking back at this magazine at one point and saying, yeah, that's us, we were there. That's my mate Jamie. Yeah, I didn't enter at that point because I didn't realise quite how hard trials comps were going to be until I went there. But yeah, Martin Ashton, if Ashton does see this and you want any of this, you've probably got a load. You're welcome to it. Well, I was thinking I might give this to Retro Bike. Plenty of content for his Instagram page. Is that the same guy? More Trials Academy. What's the bet one of these guys said? Do a wheelie or do a backflip. Jumping into a swimming pool. That does look quite fun actually. Stage diving. And that's what you want. If you've got a photographer and you're on holiday and you jump into a swimming pool, you need someone to jump off a massive building into it, don't you? And yeah, but so Bike 99 must have been the first speed trials comp that I saw. And shortly after that, there was a bike live down in Cornwall or somewhere like that. I remember travelling down for that and then spraining my ankle. They took some of the same obstacles because I remember these cages, riding on these cages. I was carted off to hospital. Martin Ashton and George Gorey actually helped carry me off to the first aid tent. I was carted off to hospital. It just turned out to be a bad sprain. I was given some crutches. And I came back and watched Ed Tongue and Akrig like doing all sorts of crazy tricks on this cage. I remember going to one of the bike shows, one of the early ones, and I was with my mountain bike mates. I'm pretty sure I was with Ollie Hitchcock's. Shout out Ollie. We were up in the stands watching the dirt jumps or the speed trials or something. Yes, it was this one. How did I miss that? And Jeff Lenoski was there, and he was like one of my heroes. So I hung around after the speed trials to just go and say hello to him, and I was like starstruck. These were like trials gods. So I waited around to see him and got him to sign my show guide and just said, can I just shake your hand? Like meeting one of your heroes. That seems crazy now. But as a kid, I was probably about 16. What sort of hope parts are we looking at here? Look at this, revolutionary disc brakes. Got to have a reservoir on the top. A humongous piece of metal. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Hope though. Running Hope Pro 4s on my bike. But yeah, that was the ultimate titanium rear hub. But Hope's warranty's always been amazing, hasn't it? You just send it back to them and they fix it and send it back to you again. Lightweight front hub. I might be able to find out what the hub is that's over there that's not selling on eBay. Tandem screw-on radial. This one, suspension front hub, that's what I've got. It was red. The red anodizing always ended up turning pink on these older hubs. I mentioned earlier about meeting Matt Tongue and getting hold of that gigahertz. He made me a carbon fibre brake booster, but I can't find it, so ignore that. Got the name etched in it. So that was pretty cool. Have a quick look at this as well. The other thing I came across was this photo. I was pretty chuffed with this. Check out that quality. I don't even know where this was now. I think it was one of the early NAS events, National Adventure Sports Show. It was pretty early days riding for me. I got hold of this Pashley, moving on from having a GT. But these are some of the more experienced riders. Peter Krause, it's John Taylor. Shout out John Taylor, follows me on Instagram. Don't know if you remember this event, let me know what this was. But I was pretty chuffed to be able to get over this car and do a spin off of it. So it took a lot of effort to make something like this. Turn up at every event. Pretty sure you get to pre-order these. This is going to be expensive. A bit niche, isn't it? Trial Specific magazine. Music review, page 38. Black and white. Advert for Monty Trials bikes. Jeff Lenoski column. Jeff, what's the deal with your clinic at Motorama? What will you be demonstrating? Who can attend? Thanks, John. It will be a night before at 7 p.m. Anyone can attend. JJ Gregovich and I will teach beginner to advanced stuff, as well as taking suggestions from the attendees. Thanks. I'd really like to make something like this. That would be cool. But it'd have to be a load of pictures. Something more like Misspent Summers, Meltdown 2020. That's what you want to see. Lots of pictures, not too much riding. Is that hot pea? Trial specific photo. Martin Hawes and Akrig. Look at what's in Hawes's sandwich. I've never seen an events list quite as packed as that. Although I suppose this is all of America, so. Oh, this is worldwide. Look, France, Canada, Spain. Is there actually anything in the UK listed? Yeah, England. Bike 2000, Birmingham. Ellsworth, that's the one. Oh, that was like a dream frame to have. Sun Race. That was that silver frame that Eddie Tongue was palming off as the first Pashley before they had made one. what we need. Highlighted stuff for the interesting bits. Calculated risk films, Reed Merchant, Revolution, Evolve, Contact. And an advert for Evolve. I'm gonna have to see if I can find the VHS. That could do with being in the background for Trial Shack. Casey's Stomping Ground. Is that Trials News? That's like Jason Lake's back garden, isn't it? Is that Peter Krause again? Looks like Andre Burton. It is Peter Krause. Andre, is Peter Krause your dad? Yeah, so what's number 7? After Jeff Lenowski got a Schwinn logo across his chest. A Schwinn logo on his chest? Lance Chap had Cannondale logo put around his bicep. That's like the guy, Tom, French guy, can't remember his name now, rides for Inspired now. Tom Tribolet. Is it Tom Tribolet? He's got a Flow logo tattooed to him, Inspired Flow logo. It is a pretty cool logo though. Aaron Lutz would not be outdone, holding true to the sport that drives his soul. Aaron proudly makes his bold statement. Bike trial, NCS. Number 5. Martin Horse. Bike trials news. We took a photo of Martin Horse's back. He was wearing a top that said England on it. From 98 and 99. That's probably when there was loads of trials in it. There actually used to be a trials article in almost every single MBUK, and then when the hip hop section started towards the back, that Martin Ashton would usually have a little section in, that became the trials bit of MBUK, and they stopped having full articles in. I know MBUK is still going. I don't remember the last time I actually looked at it, so I'd like to know whether there's still trials in MBUK. But yeah, this has had a bit of a battery, and I think I've almost chucked this away a few times. I'm quite glad I haven't, because it is cool to look back on the old stuff. Anyway, I'm going through the whole thing again now. Thanks for joining me to look through the magazines from when I was young and should have had all the energy in the world to ride and be really good, but I didn't ride enough. I'm trying to make up for it now. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.